he gets it! The loyal fans!
Street Fighter took the world by storm by being the pioneer for the fighting game genre. Across the globe, Street Fighter was in arcades, pizzerias, and laundromats, with kids fueling their button-mashing addiction with quarters from their mom's purse. And can you blame them? They had an amazing cast to choose from. You have Ryu, a take on the lone Ronin, going from opponent to hone his skills. You have Ken, he's like Ryu, but he's white. Were you an ROTC kid that had to run to every class for some reason? Well, don't worry, Street Fighter 6 got you. They had Guile, a guy that despite having a state-sanctioned gun to blow you away, he would much rather slam his arms together to create a shockwave. And if you were an Indian kid looking for positive representation, you had... Wait, so many of you watching this might not know how fighting games work, so here's a crash course. You and your opponent have a bar on the top of the screen representing your mental sanity by punishing yourself for playing one of the most rage-inducing genres of video games. I mean, those are your health bars. The goal is to bring your opponent's health bar to 0, and most fighting games require you to win 2 out of 3 rounds. There are multiple types of characters. Ryu and Ken are characterized as Shotos due to having access to multiple tools to make them a well-rounded character, such as being able to control space with fireballs, being able to knock the opponent out of the air with a dragon punch, and good forward-moving attacks. Characters like Dhalsim and Guile are considered zoners due to their ability to keep you from getting in close through the use of long attack moves or projectiles. So where does Zangief fit in? He's what we call a glue eater. I mean, a grappler. He may be slower than other characters and struggle to close the distance on his opponents, but he has access to a higher health pool and higher damaging moves to make up for it. His most iconic move, of course, being the spinning pile driver.
Oh my God, he went for that?
He went for that.
What's weird about Zangief to me is that despite having all of these attributes that would make a red-pilled teenager cream their pants over him like his name's Eren Yeager, he doesn't necessarily come off as an idol of toxic masculinity. This is because wrestling at its core is really gay. I mean, ultra gay. I mean, you can invite your friend over to a sleepover, you accidentally trip and land on top of him, and suddenly all of these emotions surge through you that you never thought of, and your eyes zero in on how soft his lips are. And that would somehow be less gay than professional wrestling. I think Big E said it best.
On your 5-star matches, you want your 30-minute classics? Not me. Big meaty men slapping meat. That's what I want.
And then it dawned on me, grapplers are just 2 degrees away from drag.
I get it.
Hear me out. Drag and ballroom was an art form that was popularized by black and brown LGBTQ people, primarily trans women, that would adorn themselves in costumes and walk in competitions.
A house is a gay street gang. Now where street gangs get their rewards from street fights. A gay house street fights at a ball. And you street fight at a ball by walking in the category.
Think of these competitions as match stipulations. In wrestling, there are table matches where you must send your opponent through a wooden table, or Hell in a Cell match where 2 combatants battle in a large metal contraption. In drag, this takes the form of voguing.
Voguing is the same thing as like taking 2 knives and cutting each other up, but through a dance form.
Here's one thing that links all 3, the imitation of combat to provoke emotion. So back to grapplers. The core of his character design is based on an art form that takes pride in barely clothed men doing combat flavored ballet with each other. This isn't just a Street Fighter thing, by the way. You have King in Tekken, who, mind you, was literally a common icon on gay club posters. He's based off of a Mexican priest who would wrestle to raise money for his orphanage. His drag persona dons a jaguar mask that strikes fear in his opponent as he hits them with an array of wrestling moves. I think that covers all the queer-coded grapplers. Oh wait, how could I forget?
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is known for its queer-inclusive cast, whether it's Cagliostro, an alchemist who used her powers to transition to the girl she always wanted to be, these lesbian foxes that are the bane of my existence in online play, but I did beat this character in bracket. But most importantly, La Diva. My favorite thing about La Diva's character is that her transness doesn't really feel played for laughs a lot of the time. Like, no doubt she's sassy and a goofball, but who isn't in Grand Blue? But that feels a lot more related to her love of pro wrestling than her being trans. Back to Geef. After pile driving after using highly well thought out gameplay to defeat his opponent, one of his first offers is to work out with them. When his opponent is at their most vulnerable after losing in an honest duel, he does one thing a lot of men in dominant positions won't do. He offers affirmation. Most alpha male content creators don't actually want to see you grow. They want to yell at you. They want to remain in the role of the dominator, because without you being submissive to their fledglings of advice and bastardized statistics, they wouldn't have an audience. They wouldn't be able to shill out their courses if they actually empowered you to show vulnerability or get in touch with your feelings. Geef, on the other hand, just wants to work out, wrestle, eat some hamburgers, and read some books, brother. Have you noticed that a lot of these dude bro podcasts just regurgitate the same couple of books to read? 48 Laws of Power, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Meanwhile, Geef reads a whopping 300 books a year and supports his local library. Now that I think about it, a common trend in Geef's behavior is that it's all centered around community. That goes against a lot of this lone wolf, stoic nonsense these podcasts tend to push.
Some days I feel so alone I could cry, but I don't.
My man wants to take you to a third space and just read some books with you. Quick tangent. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my friends at the library during middle school and high school. Libraries are an excellent third space, and one of my favorite librarians was a zany guy with wild hair that would be incredibly stoked to help you find a book. As weird as it sounds, it did have a positive effect on me to see a man so excited about helping me find the next book in the Aragon series. It's tiny moments like this where seeing a grown man act a fool in the name of finding a book showed me that reading is cool and there's nothing wrong with escaping into a fantastical world, whether that world is professional wrestling, drag, or Street Fighter. He was no Zangief, but I know Geef would approve. In Street Fighter 6, the resident muscle mommy Marisa pines after Geef, not only admiring his skills, but sees him as a perfect mate, but to no avail.
Till death do us part.
Wedded?
According to Zangief's wiki, he sees women of prime marriage age as a distraction. This left me in a state of shock. How could my grappler king belittle women only to see them as a distraction? Then it dawned on me. Rainbow? Fuck Mika. Our Mika made her first appearance in Alpha 3 and returns in Street Fighter 5. Let's just ignore her outfit and level 3 for the sake of this video. The two cross paths, Zangief lifts her up and takes her up on a wrestling journey around the world to find muscle spirit, whatever that is. Our Mika is a woman who's obsessed with wrestling. She's also a woman that fits the criteria of what the wiki says Zangief would hate. Wrestling. Zangief's sexuality. Wrestling. His gender. Wrestling. His political ideologies. Wrestling. Back to our Mika and Zangief's dynamic. Throughout this entire storyline, our Mika is trying to find this so-called muscle spirit. While Zangief is in a wrestling match, a wild bear gets loose. No, not that type of bear, like the actual animal. So our Mika grapples it, and right when the bear is going to overtake her, Zangief hurls it away with ease and ensures our Mika that she does indeed have muscle spirit. I found that a lot of channels that center masculinity as a cornerstone of their content rely on this method of scolding the viewer for not being as efficient as possible, essentially a humiliation kink with extra step. It's either you're not jacked enough, you don't have enough money, you're too ugly, so bang your face with a hammer. I guess we're like doing meth now? I don't know. It's getting weird, okay? It's getting really weird. Zangief does quite the opposite. His journey with Armika allows him to not be a dominant teacher, but to serve as a mentor to bring out her best. Throughout this journey, Zangief doesn't bask in indifference or anger when Armika can't take on a literal fucking bear.
Master Zangief, I don't think that my skills are developed enough yet.
Mika, you have already inherited passionate spirit from me. When you stopped there, you looked fearless. Your spirit was burning hot with passion.
Burning hot spirit? Oh!
That's right! The fusion of muscle and spirit. That is the muscle spirit. Only thing you need now is to continue muscle training until you are best ever.
Muscle? Spirit!
Instead, he reinforces Armika's love for professional wrestling with a smile on his face. And I think I can speak for a lot of us when I say that we wish a lot of the men in our life approach things with affirmations and curiosity instead of frustration or anger. So be more like Geef, because that is what a man of integrity looks like.